Loneliness doesn't discriminate on age, gender, or across borders. It can affect anyone at any time, and the pandemic has made it worse. I'm Karen Dolva, and I'm here today to talk to you about how we can be together while we're forced to be apart. I'm the CEO and one of the founders of No Isolation, and we actually develop warm technology for the groups of society that are always isolated. Even before the pandemic, more than one third of all older people said that television was their main companion. That's more than 4 million people in the UK alone. During lockdown, 44% of young adults from 18 to 24 reported feeling lonely. So today I wanted to talk to you about what we've learned from this lockdown loneliness and, more importantly, how we can try to escape it. First, let me tell you that I'm kind of happy that we're all in the same boat right now. Because one of the most effective ways we can reduce loneliness is actually to talk about it. Everyone feels lonely at times, and there's no shame in that. But even so, we see time and again through our work that people of all ages are embarrassed to admit that they feel lonely. And as long as loneliness is a taboo, something we feel without talking about it, we're losing the battle against it. And I saw an interview during lockdown that really stuck with me. It was a man who said that after COVID-19 started, he felt much better about himself because for the first time in a long time, everyone around him was just as isolated as he normally felt, which lifted a burden from his shoulders. I want it to be just as easy to say, I'm feeling a bit lonely, as it is to say, I have a headache today. Try to imagine if the pandemic of our time had happened in the 80s or early 90s, before the internet was something that we all had access to, and how completely different it would be without all of these amazing tools. Loneliness is a very subjective feeling. It occurs when our own expectations for social interactions are not met. It's much easier said than done to maintain a social network. And I would actually compare it to exercising. It's something that you have to set aside time for and do. And I know firsthand that technology can never replace human to human connection, but it can help us build and maintain those crucial relationships when meeting physically is difficult. With the pandemic entering our lives, easily available social arenas have been taken away from us. And for many, it was a relief at first to be able to dodge a reunion and a dinner party and maybe skip a night out and just stay at home. But this relief quickly wore off. Even the introverts amongst us are social beings and we need companionship. But there are definitely ways that we can help ourselves feel better. And I think it's worth thinking about those rainy days where you change up your routine and you stay inside. But right now, this rainy day has lasted for almost a year, and we need to start to establish new routines. For instance, you can rearrange a monthly book club to a regular video call. You can set up a family group chat. You can have a quiz night with your friends and stay in touch. Be on top of each other's most important day-to-day things. And I actually think that we may find that some of these new routines are good and here to stay. I know that the idea of building new routines might seem boring and tedious, but having routines is a very efficient way of getting things done. So if you've lost an old routine, I think it's a good time to build a new one. And there has been a million online classes and social forums popping up over the past few months, so take advantage of that. It may feel like there's no reason to stay active and connected right now, and it might be even more difficult if you're living alone. but creating those daily routines can definitely boost self-motivation, and it may surprise you how the outcome is. I think the last thing you need to remember is just because you feel alone doesn't mean that you should be or have to be alone. Because just being aware of your own need for social connection is one of the most important steps you can take. Simply recognizing that this matters to you and let the people around you know. And if you find yourself lacking an active network of people, you have to take initiative to establish it. And that might be extremely hard, but there is one advantage right now with everyone being online. Your new best friend doesn't have to live next door. They can live wherever across the globe. So use this opportunity to build a new network. And with that, I'm gonna thank you for your time and say goodbye.